Morning, Grace Lutheran Church School, all our friends, all our neighbors, Pastor Ed. Continuing our study, look at the letter of Jesus to the churches in Revelation chapters 2 and 3. And today we're going to look at the letter to the angel of Thyatira, and that's in Revelation chapter 2, verses 18 through 29. And so we begin with reading those verses. And to the angel of the church in Thyatira write the words of the Son of God, who has eyes like the flame of fire and whose feet are like burnished bronze. I know your works, your love and faith and service and patient endurance, and that your latter works exceed the first. But I have this against you, that you tolerate that woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess and is teaching and seducing my servants to practice sexual immorality and to eat food sacrificed to idols. I gave her time to repent, but she refuses to repent of her sexual immorality. Behold, I will throw her onto a sickbed, and those who commit adultery with her I will throw into great tribulation unless they repent of their works. And I will strike her children dead. And all the churches will know that I am he who searches mind and heart, and I will give to each of you according to your works. But to the rest of you in Thyatira, who do not hold this teaching, who have not learned what some call the deep things of Satan, to you I say, I do not lay on you any other burden. Only hold fast what you have until I come. The one who conquers and who keeps my words until the end, to him I will give authority over the nations, and he will rule them with a rod of iron, as when earthen pots are broken in pieces, even as I myself have received authority from my Father. And I will give him the morning star. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. For those of you who know the book of Acts, Thyatira is the home of Lydia, a seller of purple cloth who was converted to Christianity by St. Paul. That city had temples to Artemis and Apollo and followed Roman emperor worship. Jesus in this text speaks as a Son of God with fire-like eyes of righteous anger against all angels of darkness. I don't know about you, but that level of involvement and interest into what's happening in his church is pretty comforting to me. The brass-like feet of Jesus refer to his firmness and his determination to trample down his enemies. Again, sounds pretty good to me. Jesus earned that right on the cross to be the judge and the Savior. He alone holds all eternal destiny in his hands. So Jesus points out that all faith and service are of no avail in the church unless they deal with the grave sin that's in their midst. Specifically, Jezebel is mentioned as an Old Testament symbol of sin and sexual immorality. Jezebel represents the idea that all Greco-Roman religions have merit before God. And we see the same thing in our current pluralistic society, where people will borrow from various religions for their own personal belief system. In other words, not everything is okay. We still view the Ten Commandments as the will of God. And we also very much understand that anyone who confesses Jesus today courts economic and social pain and Depending on the society, it could be even danger and death. But Jesus calls all those who may have compromised their witness to repent, and he gives them time to repent. That call, though, is hastened by tribulation. Jesus chastens us and he disciplines us because he loves us, even painfully at times. It is the will of God that sinners repent and not die. He must save us from ourselves. So Jesus refers to the depths of Satan as the sin of Jezebel. Jesus promises not to further burden those in a church who are holding firm to truth in Jesus, and basically they've suffered enough. The faithful at Thyatira are encouraged, like us, look up and wait until the Lord comes again. And of course, he comes again to us every day in word and sacrament. So until then, we trust in his redeeming death and his triumphant resurrection. That's our eternal peace. Jesus closes with a great promise as the bright star of the heavenly host of angels and saints. He shares his glory with us if we remain faithful to him. God bless you this week. Pray for someone. Pray for us here at the church. Pray for our school. Be a blessing. Until then, Pastor Ed. See you soon.